A URL can be designed to convey information to the server. Typically, our URLs will have this shape. There will be the app name that is generated automatically for you from the URL helper. Then there will be the endpoint, which is a string that you associate with a function that will handle the URL call. And after these, you can put some parameters. Parameter 1, parameter 2. And after the parameters, you can also put a question mark and a change line just for space. You can say variable 1 is equal to cat, and variable 2 is equal to dog. So there is a portion that it consists of the query string. So you can convey information. This is the information we convey. There are these parameters, and then there is the query string. And the question is, what do we use one and the other for? So first of all, if you want to create that URL as we have seen in the past, you can do URL of and then you say endpoint, then you can say param1, param2. I mean, here I put string literals, but obviously this can be also variables that contain the string, right? And then you say dictionary, in which v1 is equal to cat, and v2 is equal to dog. Okay, so this URL helper would generate the URL above. But I think the main question I want to deal with now is this. What do you have as parameters and what do you have as query string? So this is a little bit up to you in truth, but I have the general rule that has always worked well, which is for parameters, I write params for brevity, you want to have compulsory arguments. So arguments that always need to be there, okay? Arguments without which the URL call itself wouldn't make a sense. For example, you can say delete 17. Okay, I would put 17 as a parameter. This would be the endpoint, and 17 would be the parameter, because it does not make sense typically to say just a slash delete. Slash delete what exactly? Everything? No, that's not the case, right? So normally you need to say the ID of what you are deleting every time you call the delete endpoint, right? And similar cases you can see be, for example, add slash luca at ucsc.edu. If you want to add a user to a permission list, right? You want to say which user, okay? And maybe perhaps even the idea of the permission list itself. So these compulsory arguments you want to be part of the path typically. Instead, the query string, I use it for optional arguments. Okay, for example, you can say view that gives you a table showing something, and then you can say question mark sort is equal to well, in the URL it would be without quotes. Sort is equal to ascending. Okay, this is an optional parameter. You could avoid specifying the sort, but if you want, you can also specify it. So there can be many of these parameters that are optional. Sort, a query that only gives you part of the results in the view, and so on and so forth. But this has been my general rules. I use parameters for compulsory portions and the query string for the portion that is optional.